All right. Hey everybody, it is Roberto Wakerell-Cruz from the Post Millennial, and today we're going to be looking at 5 of Canada's supervillains for 2019. Now, Canada, pretty big country, about 35 million people. And I'm going to say for every 5 good Canadians, there's maybe one bad apple in the bunch who's, going out and committing crimes and maybe just being a little naughty, ruining the days of Canadians everywhere with, horrible headlines or just heinous acts. So let's take a good look, and we're going to start out now with number 5. The dumper. Specifically, the Toronto dumper. So if you have not paid attention to the news for the last couple of days, there has recently been a man going around Toronto, specifically the University of Toronto and the Peel University area, and has been dumping what police say are buckets of pee-pee and poo-poo.
And they were all solid, good poops, too.
Onto unsuspecting students. Now, thankfully, this does not appear to be racially motivated as it might have at the beginning when the first 2 students, I believe, were foreign exchange. But today, a 3rd student got dumped on, and it was just a white girl. So this person is indiscriminate in their dumping. While it is disgusting, it is now much funnier now that we know it is not racial. Thank God. Keep an eye out for him. Number 4, the Toronto chair girl. Now, everyone probably remembers the Toronto chair girl. Her actual name is Marcela Zoya. I believe she's Brazilian based on her Instagram. And what she is, so she's an influencer, an e-girl, e-thought. She's made out of plastic, and so she actually rose to prominence because she threw a chair from, I think it was like the 30th story of a complex, and she got charged. She got $5,000 charged, endangering life, mischief, damage to property. She got kicked out of nursing school, which is pretty severe for her, and she went to the Dominican against her lawyer's advice, which is never good to go against your lawyer's advice. And while on a live Instagram feed, a little bag of Toots Magoots.
What's up, Hey.
Opening is the Coke. The Coke, the cocaine.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Booger sugar came out, and she had to get drug tested, which apparently she thankfully passed. But that's number 4. And again, her name is Marcela Zoya. So, if you want to follow her, she's about 36,000 followers strong. Number 3, the Cenotaph Vandal. Now, for those of you who may not have heard, the Toronto Cenotaph for war memorials at City Hall ended up getting vandalized on Remembrance Day. And as if that wasn't bad enough, it ended up being some kook that thought it was a good idea to spray paint a message from a poem in the name of Don Cherry getting fired. Now, we know that Don Cherry's firing probably caused enough controversy, but everything that came after that was so much worse. He apparently messaged us at the Post Millennial, so he said, with a manifesto. But as it turns out, if you look at his Facebook, he says he forgot to press send. This was a thing that he was admitting a crime to, and he forgot to send it to us. So this guy is almost like if the Joker was a loser. Number 2, Justin Trudeau. Okay, so we could not leave Justin Trudeau off of this list. He wears supervillain makeup. He is a man that 2/3 of the country did not vote for, and somehow managed to get back into office while everyone knew that he liked to wear blackface not once, not twice.
How many times? 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 And how many times?
We actually don't know how many times. So he didn't admit to how many times he wore the blackface, and we get it. Andrew Scheer, he might be a little, milquetoast, a little wimpy, but at least he didn't wear blackface. That's at least that we know of. And number 1. So while Canada was surprised by the blackface prime minister winning the election, a few salon workers were surely surprised when number 1 on our list, Jessica Yaniv, walked into the salon and asked for a waxing. Now, this is the thing about Jessica Yaniv, is that when she requested to get her balls waxed, she was refused service. And the reason is because Jessica has balls. And if she's getting them waxed, this means that Jessica has hairy testicles. So this opened up a whole can of worms that pretty much caught the world by storm.
Well, Jessica Yaniv is a transgender woman and is powerful LGBTQ2SIA plus activist.
This was not a pretty scandal. Headline after headline after headline about Jessica Yaniv and basically her psycho behavior. So after trying to force a few businesses and eventually shutting down a couple businesses that refused her service, it came out that our good friend Jessica was a alleged pedophile, a sexual predator of sorts, courting young girls online and asking them about tampons and about using women's restrooms and all this kind of funky weirdo stuff. So look, after that, it just got worse for Jessica. As it turns out, the BC court that she was appealing to for her human rights case said no to her, and I think might have given her a nice little fine for wasting so much of the court's time. Now, Jessica, you know, she had a lot of trouble in 2019, so we are going to wish her a happy 2020, because Lord knows if you had a worse 2019, I don't know what we would really have to say at that point. And that is why she is number one. She terrorized the headlines, she terrorized immigrant women-owned businesses, and she terrorized me. I'm afraid of you, Jessica. You're a spooky woman. All right, and that is number one. Now, I think that's good. Now, maybe let's just say thank you for watching. All right. And thank you for watching. And if you think there should have been anyone that we left out on this list, let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and keep an eye out for our videos. Maybe we'll come at you with some more positive content next time about how great Canada is. Thank you again from the Post Millennial.